If you're doing email marketing for yourself or your clients and you want to take your results from bad to good or from good to holy crap, I can't believe I've never done this before, then watch until the end of this video because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how I've doubled, tripled, and even 5x clients' revenue from email by just implementing this one tweak. But before we get into it, my name is Alonso Perez and I sent over 5 million emails across clients in 2024. And what I'm about to reveal to you in this video has worked both for my really big clients and my small clients as well. So there is really no reason why this strategy can't work for you. Now for context, I primarily work with coaches and info product businesses, but you can just as easily take these strategies and apply them to your business, even if you're in a space like e-commerce or anything else. So the strategy that I want to share with you today is solely based around email engagement. Because when you get to work with email lists that are, let's say, 5,000 email subscribers, it's a lot easier to get open rates in the 40s, 50s, and even 60% range. But when you scale that up to maybe an email list that has 500,000 email subscribers, then it becomes a lot harder to even get close to hitting those numbers. And once those numbers start to get really bad, it's a snowball effect because it causes the people that really want to see your emails to no longer be able to get them. So if you're right now struggling with really low open rates, no matter what size your email list is, I want you to try this strategy out and then come back to this video to let me know how well it worked for you. And here's how you're going to pull this off. So traditionally, what most people will do is that they will send an email campaign or an email blast to all of the subscribers in their email list. And that's represented with this large circle on the left. And what I want you to do in the next 30 days is that I want you to narrow that sending segment down and only segment to the engaged subscribers on your email list. Any notable email marketing platform will allow you to filter through your most engaged subscribers. Let's say the subscribers that have engaged in this last 7, last 14, or even the last 30 days. If you have a smaller email list, you can even go out as far as 90 days and 180 days and still be fine. However, for the best results, assuming that you have a decent sized email list, you don't want to run this strategy if you only have 10 or 20 people on that list. But let's say you have a decent sized audience, I would say anything over 1,000 subscribers, then you want to do 7, 14, 30 days last engaged. Then if let's say you have an email list of over 1,000 people, then you can go ahead and send only to the most engaged, which will be the 7, 14, and 30 people. Now, when I say engaged, I mean people that have clicked the links inside of an email that you've sent. We don't necessarily want to trust the email open rates because those are skewed now with Apple's new security features. So you want to narrow this filtering down by people who have engaged, aka clicked on an email within the last 7, 14, or 30 days. And so your future email campaigns are only going to go to these people, whatever filter you decide to go with. Now, what this is going to do is that when you send your first email, you will notice that your email engagement, aka your click rates and your open rates, are going to be drastically better. And that is because instead of sending to the entire email list, you're only sending to people that are proven to open and click on your emails, which makes entirely 100% sense that all these people would be more engaged. What this does is that it artificially increases your email domain reputation, telling the email service providers like Yahoo, Gmail, and Outlook that you're a reputable sender. And so if now you're going from 10% open rates on emails, going all the way up to 20, 30, sometimes even 40% open rates on your emails, and you keep that status for 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days, once you go back to sending to the full segment of your email list, you're going to have a lot of an easier time reaching the inbox for everyone else once you've done the work and spent some time rebuilding your email reputation. So that is what we're going to do here. So we're going to send the first 1, 2, and 3rd email. And no matter if you're sending weekly emails 2 times a week, 3 times a week, whatever that case might be for you, you want to send your first 3 emails to the very most engaged segment of your email list and then work out from there. So let's say these first 3 emails went to only people that were engaged in the last 7 days. Then for email number 4 and email number 5, once you're hitting consistently higher open rates on these 3 emails, then you can widen out that audience to maybe the last 60 days. Now, this is where you really want to play it by ear because you want to keep a very close eye on how your metrics are doing here. If you see that your open rates just start tanking again, which they shouldn't, there should be a natural decrease because you're widening the number of people that you're sending to, but it shouldn't be drastic drastic, like 10-20%. And the further you go out, the bigger of that difference will be. So you just want to keep that in mind, but you definitely don't want to see a big 15, 20, 30% difference in these email open rates or email click rates, okay? And if you do, then you want to scale back down until you've built up enough reputation to where you can push the limits a little bit more. So let's say that if I do these 3 email campaigns and then I go out to 60 days and then I see my email open rates tank again to what they were before, then maybe I want to come back down to 30 days or even 14 days, or even spend a couple more weeks just sending to people in the first 7 days. Eventually, once you build up that reputation, you will be able to widen that and then keep going from there. Using the same method, you'll be able to then go to 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and then eventually to the whole list. What this will do is that it'll put you in a prime position to then clean out your list, because there will be people that have either moved on from the business or the space that you're in. They're no longer interested in the offers that you have. You have gone to their spam folder for so long that there really is no way to get you out, or they're just not interested in what you have to offer, or they've just lost access to that email inbox altogether. So all of these people, once you scale your sending back up, you actually want to clean them from your list, and you don't want to send emails to people that are not going to engage from them anymore. So once you've spent some time, built up your email deliverability over 30, 60, 90 days, whatever it takes for you, everyone is different. But once you spend some time doing that for you and your business, you want to start sending to everybody else, and you want to export the hard bounces, and you actually want to remove them from your email software. A lot of these platforms will do that on their own once they get past 3 hard bounces. For example, I know Mailchimp and Go High Level do this already for you, but if your email platform doesn't, then you want to make sure that you're removing these people from your email list. For example, if you've been in business for 5 to 10 years, you've likely collected a ton of email addresses that are probably no longer around, and you're still sending to those same people. What that tells the email platforms is that you're an email marketer and that you're not paying very close attention to who you're sending the emails to. All you care about is getting as many emails out there as possible. Even though we are email marketers, we don't want to come off that way to those platforms. And so that is why it's important to clean out your emails from time to time. I usually do this, depending on the size of your list, every 30 to 60 days. However, some platforms just do it automatically for you. Something you want to keep in mind, if you are really struggling with it, sometimes you will be blacklisted from a certain email provider. Late last year, we were working with a client who was blacklisted from all Microsoft emails. So AOL, Outlook, Hotmail accounts, we just weren't delivering to them anymore. That is also something that you want to keep in mind. And depending on how big your email is, again, those inboxes can really skew your averages when you look at your metrics. So you want to make sure that you actually spend a ton of time looking at your analytics when you're going through this process. If you do it right and you're not in a terrible position to start it off with your email delivery, it should only take about 30 days based on my experience sending to just that very hyper engaged segment of your email list to get you out of it and start seeing higher open rates, higher click rates, and higher deliveries. If you have any other questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If you got any value at all from this video, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and I'll see you next time.